Willie Jackson, what do you make of what Tākuta has put on Instagram today?
Oh, it's totally unacceptable, and really it's showing huge disrespect to those people who all support Māori. We don't apologise in Labour for working with our different electorates, some of them Pākehā, ethnics, Pacifica. We think it's great. I mean, we've got strong Māori membership, but one of the things in Labour is everyone's contributing, and it's not just about Māori. It's about Aotearoa, it's about New Zealand. So it's really disappointing from him. He should know better.
Is it racist?
I mean, of course it is.
What do you make of that, saying that there are Asians, Indians, blacks and Pākehā trying to steal a Māori seat from Māori?
The Labour Party is a party for all New Zealanders. All of our party has been involved in this campaign and we're really proud of that.
Kia ora tātou. Back on the debriefs, whānau, and this debrief is for the by-election. And our sis Ordini up there who is putting it all on the line for us, for Pāti Māori. Truly an inspiring thing. And it's not until you've put your own neck out and your whānau's neck out that you sort of understand what all of that is. So this is what I got to share with us. I've been thinking about this for a while and just how to put this together. And recently I was in Fiji and I spoke about the impact that the decolonizing education has made for Pāti Māori, the positive impact, and it's a very powerful example. So what we are doing, whānau, as Te Pāti Māori in 2025, is we are decolonizing politics. That's what we're doing. We're decolonizing politics. And it means you've got to be politically courageous, and we've got to have political courage and a deep belief that we know what's best for us. And, I reflected recently on a kōrero that I heard from Hirini Mokomid at the 40-year celebration of Te Māori last year. And he talked about decolonization and the fact that us as a people, we've been on the pathway of decolonization for more than 50 years, since the 70s. We've been on the pathway of decolonization, so we're a long way down it. And we've seen many of the benefits. Now, on the flip side of our treaty relationship is the Pākehās. They haven't been on a pathway of colonization. And he said this, he said, it's not our responsibility to decolonize Pākehā, but it is our responsibility to continue to decolonize ourselves. And that stuck with me, right? So it is our responsibility to continue to decolonize ourselves. And so here we are in 2025 in this political situation, and we have to take responsibility for continuing to decolonize ourselves. And I'm talking to you tonight about decolonizing politics, because that's what's at play here. That's what's at play here. It's decolonizing politics. And so if we have a look at education as a model, right? In the 70s, our mātua, or our kaumātua, they knew then that Pākehā education was never going to do it for us. It was never going to fix it. They knew that. It hadn't fixed it in 100 years. It wasn't delivering then, and they knew that it wouldn't deliver into the future. So they had to take a view at the time, and the view they took was that continuing to do that was actually just self-sabotage. It was self-harm. It was harming the future of their children. So they knew that they had to uncouple from that deeply colonized education system, and they had to go full belief, understanding and with the courage that they could design their own education system that would deliver better for their kids and their moko. And that's what they did, and that's what kohanga, kura, wharekura, and wānanga eventually did. So the example is there. We don't have to try and prove that. It's already there. kaupapa Māori education outperforms mainstream education for Māori by far. It's unequivocal. There's so much evidence there, it's like ridiculous it's not the mainstream for us. So the example is there. Okay, and our people, our kaumātua had to take a staunch view that we're not going to do that anymore. And it was the right view. And so here we are, contemplating a by-election where we've got Ordini standing with Te Pāti Māori, and we're standing for decolonizing politics. And we've got the bro Penny standing for Te Pāti Reipa. And if you think about that education scenario I just gave you, our tipuna knew that education system was deeply colonized, and staying in it would mean that we would remain that way. And so they chose to break away, to uncouple and forge a new way forward. And that, e te whānau, is what we have to do right now in politics, is we have to uncouple from that deeply colonized process that politics is, and we have to put all our belief and faith into the knowing that we have what it takes to design our own political future for our children, for our mokos, and all of the rest of it. And you have to know that continuing to vote for Pākehā parties controlling the only 7 levers that we have, the Māori seats, voting for Pākehā parties to have control of those things is a deeply colonized action. And that might be tough to hear, but this is us taking responsibility for continuing to decolonize ourselves. And here we are, this is the big game, e te whānau. This isn't tiddlywinks. This is the politics of the country. This is a crowd spending $180 billion plus a year on determining your future. And we have to have the belief, the faith that we can uncouple from their system, and that our way forward will provide better outcomes for us, our children, and our mokos. So you've got to be bold, whānau. You've got to be courageous, and you've got to get out there and vote for Ordini. And voter turnout is low so far in the early voting. So if we want to make this happen, and we have to, we're not here mucking around. I'm not here mucking around. I'm not here just trying to have a job in Parliament. I couldn't care less about that. We're on about moving our people forward, continuing the decolonization of our people. We're decolonizing politics now, decolonizing politics. And when we look at education and the power of that uncoupling from the colonized system, we have to replicate. We must do that in politics now. So kia kahara e te iwi, get out there, vote for Ordini, and toi tu te tiriti.